Whenever he steps on a football field, Malik Willis is the fastest player on the field, so he can beat you in multiple ways.
Already 33 total touchdowns this season. You talk about the different ways he can attack you. Maybe the most underrated part of his game is his ability to throw the ball accurately down the field.
Yeah, his deep ball has developed really well in the years that he spent here at Liberty, and he's able to hit DeMario Douglas. They have a plethora of receivers that they can go to, so Malik Willis beats you multiple ways.
Now, the key for Liberty is keeping Malik Willis clean. They have struggled doing that this year. They've given up the second most sacks in all of the land. How do they keep him upright today against Army?
Yeah, that's tough. I think Malik Willis is going to face a lot of pressure today. They're getting a lot of different blitz packages by the Army defense, but it's his ability to stand in there and make those throws when he has to. But once again, to be able to get outside that pocket and create there with really explosive receivers that he has that can get downfield.
Yeah, we'll see if that offensive line can step up in this season finale for Liberty. Now, on the defensive side for the Flames, they face an offense, this triple option attack of Army. They've seen nothing like this all season long. How can they fare? How will they fare? How do they slow it down?
Yeah, the first thing you have to be able to do is you have to stop the inside run game. You have to be able to free up your linebackers and stop that inside run game. Be able to stretch the ball horizontally and then be able to get your safeties involved. The coaches talk about how much they need to get their safeties involved in the run game in order to be able to stop this offense.
You take a look at those key tacklers there for Liberty. Javon Scruggs out of this ball game, so that is a huge loss for this Liberty defense. Now, let's talk a little bit about Army. Their defense has been really good, and they have one of the best sack men in all the land, and Andre Carter tied for the lead in the nation with 13.5 this season.
I hope Andre Carter didn't eat too much of a Thanksgiving dinner, because on Saturday at noon he's going to have a chance to feast again against a struggling offensive line at Liberty. But he gets after the quarterback. So to watch the showdown between Andre Carter and Malik Willis is going to be really, really fun today.
And then offensively for Army, we talk about that triple option, second in the nation in rushing. These are two of the guys of the many that they will hand the ball to. A little lightning and thunder. Tyrell Robinson, explosive. Jacoby Buchanan, he's the hammer.
Yeah, they can bring it to you a lot of different ways. And the thing that Army does so well is how you defend them. That dictates how they choose to beat you. And so they give you so many different looks and so many different ways that they can beat you. It's an offense that obviously they're second in the nation in rushing right now, is that you got to create a couple turnovers, and they're gonna rush the ball, they're gonna move the ball, they're gonna score some points, but it's creating a few turnovers and then figuring out a way to stop that inside run first and foremost.
Taking a look at the head coaches for each squad, beginning with Jeff Monken. What a job he's done in his 8th season now as Army head coach. And on the other side, in his 3rd season with Liberty, is Hugh Freeze. And with more on his future here at Liberty, we check in for the first time with Emily Austin.
Yeah, guys, Hugh Freeze will be calling Liberty University home at least through the 2028 season. Reports say that he'll make more than $4 million annually on the new contract that he signed with the Flames recently. And that makes him one of the highest paid non-Power 5 coaches in the country. It's also more than or comparable to 5 SEC coaches and what they're currently making. Freeze said that this athletic department and its vision, its commitment level, and its belief in him and this football program, he really doesn't think that there's a better job in the country other than right here at Liberty. Guys, another really important note is the timing of this contract. Freeze is leaving for a recruiting trip tomorrow, Sunday morning, so it'll be extremely helpful that he'll be able to tell these guys that he's trying to get to come to this program and build a bigger powerhouse here at Liberty, that he's here to stay for quite some time.
Yeah, what a job he's done here for the Flames in his short time here on the mountain. Liberty has won the toss. They elected to receive, so they'll get the football first on just a picture-perfect Saturday here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Important for this Flames offense to get off to a fast start. That has been something they have struggled to do throughout much of the season. In their loss last week to Louisiana, they were shut out in the first quarter. And in fact, have been shut out in 6 first quarters this season as you take a look at the comparison between the two programs, and obviously the rushing yardage for Army. That tells the story, and it's going to be something we continue to harp on throughout this ballgame. Shedro Lewis back to return for the Flames. An explosive returner. It's a short kick. Taking it at about the 25, angling to the near side and just across the 30 before being tackled. That was looked like Malik Caper on the return, so the Flames will get decent field position to begin the ball game. And we get our first look at quarterback Malik Willis. The guy many project to go in the first round of the NFL draft. Set the program record with 34 total touchdowns a season ago. Struggled last week against Louisiana. Maybe his poorest performance of the season, just 14 of 34 through the air for 162 yards. See if they can get him rolling here early in this one.
Yeah, if you haven't had the opportunity to watch Malik Willis, one of the most explosive players in all of college football, yet his ability to be able to stand in the pocket, make really good throws, but does so much damage with his legs.
Gonna roll out, keep it here, across the 35, across the 40, gets a blocked outfield from C.J. Daniels, and Willis is across midfield.
Yeah, that's a perfect example right there in the read option game when that defensive end begins to crash down. Malik Willis makes that read and pulls it out and is able to get the edge. The one thing you have to be able to do with him each and every play is make sure you do everything you can to contain him inside that pocket.
He's Liberty's leading rusher, looking to throw here. Pressure comes, makes the first man miss. Now he'll tuck it and get about 2 yards on first down. Well, listen, he's had to make a lot of people miss this season with the struggles of this offensive line.
2-yard gain, second down.
Yeah, the struggles of the offensive line have definitely been there, but also within that offensive line, the running backs have not done a very good job of helping in pass protection, which is such an important part of this offense.
Empty backfield now, 5 wide receivers. Willis, pressure comes, steps up in the pocket, now wrapped up and dropped. So they spread it out, and you're kind of getting yourself into dangerous territory there for the Flames with nobody else in that backfield to help pick up a dangerous defensive line. And you saw them get to Malik Willis, and that was Cockrell who ended up getting the sack.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you need to be able to do right there. Is no, you don't have to bring the extra blitzers. To be able to have a 4-man pressure and still get to Malik Willis could make it a long day for him. It's a good job.
Brings up 3rd and 10 now for this Flames offense. Willis running out of time, throws it here to the near side, caught by Demario Douglas, stumbled, and now quickly wrapped up and dropped. Maybe a yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up 4th and 9 as Eric Smith in on the tackle.
Yeah, you can see Demario Douglas makes a nice catch. Malik Willis delivers a nice ball, but not be able to pick up any yards. You're interested to see what they do here on Army's side of the field, 4th down and about 9 to go. They're actually going to go for it.
Yeah, leaving the offense on the field. So 4th and long, a big play here on the first drive of the game for the Flames. Liberty checks to the sideline. Josh Mack, the running back, standing alongside of Willis. Fake it to him. Willis now climbing in the pocket, going to take a shot downfield, and he put it a little too far in front of his intended target, Kevin Shaw.
Yeah, Malik did a really good job of staying in the pocket right there, but he just didn't quite put enough air under the ball. But really got to like what Army's doing defensively. They're keeping him contained within the pocket.
The Flames with a gamble a little bit here early on, going for it on 4th and long right around midfield. Shaw had a big game a week ago with 2 touchdown catches against Louisiana. He had a step on the defender there, but just not able to connect. So now this Army offense takes over with great field position for their first drive of the ball game. Christian Anderson in there at quarterback. You'll see a couple of guys at least play that quarterback position today. Jacoby Buchanan behind him. And we get our first look at this triple option attack. They pitch it. Running far side is Robinson. He's got some room to run. First down yardage on his first carry of the game. He is the explosive back. Without a doubt, Robinson leading them in rushing yards at 560 on the season. And last week had a career-high 137 on the ground against UMass.
And that started with 2 great cut blocks, one on the inside and then one on the outside, which allowed Robinson to get the edge.
Handoff going up the middle. Short pickup. That was Buchanan on the carry. And you talk to coaches and they all say, what, when defending a triple option? You have to be able to stop that dive, that right up the middle. You have to be able to slow that down if you want to have any success. As we take a look at the quarterback, Anderson.
Everything starts on the inside run, and if you talk to Coach Scott Simons this week, first thing he said was you got to win on first down. You can't get ahead of the chains and put you in a really tough position defensively. Anderson, a little inside handoff, and knifing his way through for a few more is Robinson, and that'll bring up 3rd and short.
This is also a team in Army that basically they play like it's 4-down territory all the time. If you're getting into 4th and short, they've gone for it more often than just about anybody in the country. Yeah, you get 3rd and 2. This is about as difficult as you can get because they're always going to take 2 shots at getting it. And every part of their offense is open right now. Army converts on almost 49% of their 3rd downs, 9th best in the nation. Handoff going up the middle. And it's going to be real close to that marker. That was Buchanan on the carry, and it will be enough for the first down. Taking a look at this Army starting lineup. Gotten a heavy dose so far of 33, Jacoby Buchanan. He's a guy interesting in his career now. He has never had a negative run. That's coming up on 215 carries. He has never had a negative run. That is incredible. That's what they only call moving forward. Yeah. Don't look back, always move forward. That's an unbelievable stat. So first down just outside the red zone. Handoff goes up the middle. Not much there, as that was Cade Bernard on the carry. This Liberty defense now, with a guy like Malik Willis on the offensive side, sometimes you get overshadowed a bit, and that's probably the case with this Liberty D. 26th in the nation in points allowed per ball game. Top 10 against the pass, 13th against the run. I take that back, 43rd against the run, and that's where they are going to be tested certainly here today. Yeah, Liberty has done a really good job in recruiting and talent and being able to upgrade the speed on defense, and it's shown on the field. Quarterback keeps it running right. Not much there as Liberty swarms to it. Pickup of about 3. And it will bring up 3rd down. See, and that's exactly what Liberty needs to do defensively in stopping the triple option. You got to stop it before it ever gets started. And you can tell there's a little bit of indecisiveness there and be able to string that thing along and put them in a 3rd and longer position. 3rd and 5. As Army substitutes in a couple of new backs. Again, this is a team that will run the ball about 88% of the time. Tyson Riley, number 32, just checked in. The pitch coming near side with some room to run down inside the 10. That was Brandon Walters taking the pitch. And, boy, they just beat you so many different ways. Yeah, you can take a look right there. It comes back across the formation. You get a lead blocker out there and be able to do that quick pitch. Like you said, it's just so hard to defend in so many different ways. And Flames have a man down on the field. Remember, they're already down, really the leader of their defense, and Javon Scruggs, also without Henry Chibuzi, one of the big bodies in the middle of that defensive line. That's Cedric Stone making his way off the field. Senior safety out of Charlotte. It's senior day for the Flames. They honored 25 players before this ball game. And we'll step aside with the timeout on the field. 8:40 to go in the first. No score. This is going to be his last home game anyway, with the projections we've seen of him in the NFL draft. So an emotional pregame ceremony for many of these Liberty players. Right now, they're trying to slow down this triple option attack of Army. They have it just outside the 10-yard line. Quarterback keeps it and is just tripped up and taken down by Trayshawn Clark at the 3-yard line. Christian Anderson nearly snuck his way in there for the first score of the ball game. Yeah, that's a perfect example right there. You have to be disciplined at the middle linebacker position. Let the nose guard tackle the fullback and then go after the quarterback. Give up the middle. Flames defense able to stand strong there. And it'll bring up 3rd and goal.
They just love how Army runs their offense. They are going to be so committed to that fullback dive. And then what happens is those middle backers start creeping up in there. And then when that happens, those linemen are able to get to the 2nd level, and the quarterback gets on the edge. And now it's all action for the Army offense.
Crowd starts to make some noise here on 3rd down. Tyson Riley in the backfield. Hit, drops. Darrell Johnson got there as Christian Anderson looked like he was going to try to pass the ball.
Yeah, it was a little bit surprising of a call right there. Thought they were going to get him. I take a look at the replay right here. Yeah, he pulls out, comes backside with it. Darrell Johnson comes off it. They had to try to pull the guard around. Weren't able to get to Darrell Johnson. That was the one thing that Jeff Monken talked a lot about, the athleticism of the defense ends at Liberty.
So now you get a field goal attempt. This is something we've not seen a lot from Army this year. Cole Talley on the kick at just 4 of 6 on the season. And he'll put that one through. So Army first on the board, but Liberty defense has to feel pretty confident being able to keep them out of the end zone. That Liberty defensive line up to the test so far as Army takes the early lead 3-0. Trust member FDIC. Senior day for the Flames. We check in once again with Emily Austin. Emily?
Yeah, guys, that 6-year senior, Ralph Rusens, his brother, came all the way from Latvia to walk him out on senior day. The Latvian legend. Yes, I ran into him before the game and asked him, hey, what are you feeling about playing in your last football game at Williams Stadium? He said, it's just weird, but it's slowly starting to set in. I'm just ready and excited to play this game. Guys, he's played in 61 college football games for the Flames. That's the most for any Liberty player. That award goes to the Latvian legend.
That's right. I believe he was the first Latvian player to ever play Division I football as well when he came over and joined the Flames. Short kickoff once again. DJ Stubbs gets to the 25. As you take a look at Ralph, who came over and was going to play a tight end, I think, initially before moving over to the defensive side of the ball.
You know, I gave Ralph his nickname. I don't know this.
The Latvian legend?
No, that's not. He's a mountain of mayhem.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I mean, Emily's trying to change nicknames on me.
Yours can be the unofficial nickname. I don't think
Ralph Rusens knows that he's the mountain of mayhem.
He's a guy, though, that from hardly playing any football before he came to the States, I think there's a real chance he could make it on the next level, at least get into a camp here this next fall. So he has come a long way in his time here playing for Liberty. Willis throwing near side, dangerous pass. Nearly intercepted. Jabari Moore almost jumped that route. Instead, it was Noah Frith just hanging on.
Yeah, Noah Frith showed great concentration right there. Being able to, that was, like you said, that was closer, a little too close for comfort.
Wide field throw. And that one about went the other way.
Shows you the arm strength of Malik Willis. You can see the zip on that ball right there. Able to fit that in, and as close as it was.
So it brings up 2nd and long. Hand off. Nope. Willis going to keep it. Makes a couple people miss. Still on his feet, trying to turn the corner, and somehow able to pick up a couple of yards. Well, there were about 4 Black Knights defenders that had a shot at him.
Yeah, you look at that play right there. That's one where Malik's trying to do a little bit too much. He should have handed the ball off. You get a guard that pulls around here. Josh Mack comes, and they have it sealed with a nice block for an alley right there. But Malik decided to keep it himself and turned a little bit of something from nothing.
And now brings up 3rd and 7.
And that's exactly what Malik has to be careful here, especially on senior day. It feels like he has to carry the whole load himself.
Willis looking to throw, standing in the pocket. Now escaping. Little sidearm flick downfield is caught for the first down. That's C.J. Daniels on the reception.
Yeah, right there. The offensive line did a good job of protecting Malik Willis. And Malik Willis did a really nice job of standing in the pocket. You'll see right here, he stands in the pocket, is very patient. Guy over top of the head and able to escape out, throw the ball to the sidelines. Nice play, first down.
That's something that quarterbacks coach Ken Austin said this week. He said, you know, sometimes Malik feels like he's always got to make the big play. And he can bail on the pocket a little bit before he should, as that carry goes to Josh Mack for 2 yards.
Yeah, and that, Joshua, that's exactly, when you talk to Hugh Freeze, he talks about establishing the running game. They got to be able to get Josh Mack, TJ Green involved, Shedro Lewis to be able to establish the running game. That really helps open up other parts of their offense for them.
Willis thought about firing it near side. Now he's going to get out of the pocket. Got a whole host of defenders chasing him, and he's tripped up after a short pickup. Malcolm Morrison on the tackle, the senior out of New Rochelle, New York.
Trying to throw that same hitch route to Noah Frith. You can see that Army's playing cover 2 corners. They're squatting on that, and so Malik Willis had to bail. He's exerting a lot of energy here early in the game.
Yeah, this Army defense without Julian McDuffie today, 5th on the team in tackles. He got injured last week in their win over UMass. 3rd and 5 now for the Flames. 4 wide receivers set. Willis looking near side, throws, tough catch made by C.J. Daniels. Had a man draped all over him. Still able to bring it in, but it's going to be short of the first down marker.
Another situation where Coach Freeze is going to go for it here on 4th down. Liberty's really trying to attack that short side of the field to the wide receivers, but it's getting real dangerous over there. The Army defenders right on top of it almost every single time.
Liberty went for it on 4th and 9 in their first possession, didn't get it. They'll go for it on 4th and 1 here. Subbing in some big bodies in this situation. And flag flies.
That's a procedure's the worst thing can have happened.
False start. Offense number 65. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Well, that's the 80th penalty of the season against Liberty. They have not been nearly as disciplined as Hugh Freeze would like. And it cost them an opportunity there as the punt team now comes on.
Yeah, you can already see the aggressiveness of Coach Freeze wanting to go for it twice on 4th down, but getting this penalty pushes them back a little bit too far to make them comfortable and having to punt it away now.
Max Morgan to punt it. No, looking to throw the ball, and it is picked. Army all over it. Nicholas Paul read that thing from the beginning, jumped the route, and Army forces the turnover.
Yeah, you take a look at it right here. I think he was playing off a little bit soft, but doesn't put, you want to throw that against a press coverage. He played off soft, and he saw it all the way. A really nice play. Be able to come make that play. That's not quite as much zip as Malik Willis has on the ball.
No, well, no. Yeah, Max Morgan not usually mentioned in the same breath with Malik Willis. So Liberty gives the ball back now. And Army has it to start this drive on Liberty's side of the field.
Yeah, the look just wasn't there. That play just wasn't there.
Give up the middle. Strong run by Tyson Riley, the sophomore out of Mount Vernon, Missouri. Former high school quarterback at Springfield Catholic for the Fighting Irish.
Tyson Riley is a load.
They've got a couple of those guys. You get Riley, you get Buchanan. Both of them tip the scales at least 260.
Good night.
Second and 5. Buchanan on the carry. Gets 1, maybe 2.
I really like how Army's offensive line really fires off the ball. This is what they want to be able to do. If they can just fire off the ball and push you back and pick up 3-4 yards, it puts them in, like I said, these 3rd and short situations where it gives them the opportunity to go for it on 4th down almost every single time. And this is what you'll see them do right now, is they'll attack you up the middle, and as those backers start squeezing in, now they'll be able to motion people out and be able to attack the edges.
Army has converted on 2 of 3 third down opportunities so far here today. And that's the quarterback following the lead back, Christian Anderson, on the carry, and looks like he's going to be just short.
You're definitely going to see him go for it here on 4th down. But you look at what Army's trying to do. Once again, soften the middle. They've taken the ball, majority of the plays right up in the middle of the defense. You have to prove to Army first that you can stop the middle run. You're going to find it out. You're going to find out right here also. This is most likely what you're going to see is another middle run.
4th and 1, Jacoby Buchanan on the field. We mentioned his success running the football in short yardage situations.
Don't be surprised, though, if they tack the edges.
They give it to Buchanan, plunges forward, and looks like he'll have enough. That is, and this is another incredible stat, he is now converted on a 4th down carry 13 times this season. 13 times he's been handed the ball on 4th and short, and he's converted. I mean, do you want to get in front of him? Do you want to try and stop him?
That guy, that's Mr. Conversion right there.
So a big 4th down conversion for this Army offense as the clock continues to move, and they continue just this ground and pound attack.
Yeah, you've seen a ton of middle runs. Continue to have at it until Liberty can prove otherwise.
Looking to throw here. Anderson sets his feet, fires downfield. He's got a man. Touchdown, Army. Raheem Murphy on the reception as they go to the air with success.
Yeah, really nice play. Come on, whip back to the backside. Be able to get that safety creeping up and then run that skinny post right over top of the safety. This is what makes it so difficult on Liberty's defense, is that you have to get the safeties involved in the run game. And once you do that, they're over the top.
The extra point on the way from Colt Talley. Up and through. And a great start here in quarter number 1 for the Black Knights. They pound with the run game. And then they drop one over the top to go in front 10-0. Yeah, you don't get much more open than that. And you talk about them running the ball. Listen, Christian Anderson was a prolific high school passer. Struggled last week, maybe his worst week of the season throwing the football against UMass, but he gets a good toss there to put them on the board with their first touchdown of the day. And put them in front 10-0 as that kick, did hit the goal line
that
there.
Thing was 6 inches away from being live.
Liberty gave up on that one. So now you get the sense this is a really important drive in this game for Liberty, already trailing 10-0. We mentioned last week they kind of got it handed to them against Louisiana, 42-14, in a pretty uninspired performance. This is a drive where Malik Willis needs to make something happen and get some points on the board.
Yeah, Malik Willis also needs to get his teammates really involved. Once again, I really feel like he feels as if he's got to put on the show today, and not necessarily. He needs to be able to stand in the pocket, make his reads, make his throws, try to establish a running game. No need to press the panic button yet, and he doesn't need to do it all himself.
He's going to pull it out, take a shot downfield. A lot of grabbing going on, and with that catch made, it was C.J. Daniels. Wow.
So we're going to want to see some tempo from Liberty, make an explosive play down the field. Army's defense on their heels a little bit. Quick snap here.
And they may take a look at this one to see if it was caught.
End of first quarter.
End of the first quarter, I should say, yeah. So that will get us to a break as Liberty, with its best play of the ball game, able to take a shot downfield to C.J. Daniels. So they'll have first down in Army territory.
That's what you always teach a receiver, you young receivers out there. You attack the football and always catch it at its highest point.
Battling with Isaiah Morris on that play. So first down for Liberty now in Army territory. The Flames shut out in the first quarter for the 7th time this season. They've really struggled in quarter number 1. Handoff here going to Josh Mack, who spins his way down to about the 40. So pick up of 3 or so on first down. Flames really not able to get the running game going here early in this ball game. Haven't seen much of the other 2 running backs, Shedro Lewis, TJ Green. It's been predominantly Josh Mack on the field for Liberty so far.
Yeah, you look at right there, Leo Lone on that quick downfield play.
Willis rolling out, pressured. Fires towards the sideline and broke it up. Another dangerous pass as he was trying to get it to DJ Stubbs along the far sideline.
Yeah, Liberty's taking most of their throws. You take a look, most of their throws are to the outside, the wide side of the field, or to the boundary on most of these. They're trying to get a crosser. They're going over there. He's got DJ Stubbs, just held on to it a little bit too long. Like you said, Matt, these are big third down. You started getting them their side of the field. You got to convert these and turn these into first downs.
This is kind of where things have stalled for Liberty on all their drives so far here today. Tight end Jerome Jackson goes in motion. Here comes pressure. Willis makes the first man miss, stays on his feet, lofts it downfield, looking for his running back, Josh Mack, and it falls incomplete.
See, and this is the problem that Army knows that Liberty's struggling so much on the offensive line. They don't need to bring a lot of different blitz packages. They're able to only have to rush 4 guys. Well, it looks like they brought 5 guys right here. And they bring that free runner, the free backer, where the guard's got to slip in and pick up that guy. That's the confusion on Liberty's offensive line that they've just not done a good job with this year. And it's tough throwing a ball. That's a running back trying to make that catch.
So 4th down, Liberty set to go for it again. 4th and 7. 4 wide receivers out there. Here comes the pressure. Willis trying to avoid it. In his face, 2 people around him. Spins away, plants his feet, and knocked out of bounds. Unable to get rid of the football, he suffers a huge loss, and Army will get the ball once again in Flames territory.
And it's a great mix-up. Defensively on 4th and 7, you're going to think that they're not going to bring a blitz package, but they bring the outside linebacker and the inside linebacker. Liberty's unable to pick him up. Once again, confused on the offensive line. Malik Willis is trying to make something happen, but at some point on 4th down, you just got to throw it.
Yeah, just have to get rid of it. Instead, takes a 16-yard loss. Eric Smith credited with the sack. And
now you enter the danger zone. 10-0, giving over the ball on your side of the 50-yard line, and Liberty's defense better bow their neck right here if they want any chance.
Well, not only that, going up against an offense like this, possessions are going to be limited anyway as you get going throughout the ball game. So you get down by 3 scores, makes it that much more difficult. Handoff up the middle. Churning those legs is Jacoby Buchanan, but he stood up for a short pickup of 2.
Yeah, that's a good job inside Liberty defensive tackle. Charles be able to make that play. That's what you have to be able to do. You have to be able to stop that dive with those inside defensive tackles lined up in that 2-eye technique. Be able to stop the dive and keep your linebackers freed up. So when they attack you on the edges, you have the ability to get there. Which you're going to start seeing more of Army doing. Now that they've been softening that middle up, working that middle, you're going to start seeing them attack these edges more often. Here it is.
There you go. Quarterback pitches out, some room to run, slammer on the brakes, first down yardage, tight roping along that far sideline. That was Walters who took the pitch. Cedric Stone forced him out of bounds.
Yeah, if you take a look at it right here, you got to look at those inside backers. See, the inside backers get too involved. They get too involved in that dive game, and now they're not able to scrape over the top to be able to slow the quarterback down. That gives them a free edge.
That's Tyler in their quarterback now for Army. And he's tripped up and dropped. Nice play by Darrell Johnson. He's had a couple of good plays from his defensive end position today.
Yeah, the defensive ends, defensive tackles, and stopping the triple option have to play really, really well, especially the defensive tackles, because it keeps it. The old saying, don't stick your nose in the honey jar. You get caught up in there as an inside linebacker, putting your nose in the honey jar, and then all of a sudden they're on the edges on you really quick.
That has to be an old saying.
Yeah,
do you own a honey jar?
Yeah.
Who owns a honey jar?
Winnie the Pooh. It's a Winnie the Pooh thing. He gets his head stuck a lot.
That makes sense.
Yeah, thank you.
2nd and 9 for this Black Knight offense. Quarterback going to keep it. Positive pickup for Tyler as he's down close to another Army first down, and it will be enough. Tyler Jr., not a big kid, 5'8", 185, but another dangerous runner in this Army offense. Virginia kid out of Newport News.
Yeah, Army a big fan of that quarterback follow play. You give the dive to the fullback, give the dive to the fullback, and then to be able to follow it up as if the running back's right behind and just looking for a little crease to get into.
Give up the middle, and the big fella's going to rumble for 6. Jacoby Buchanan untouched to pay dirt.
And this is part of the guessing game that you have to play as a defense. When you defend the triple option, if you guess wrong, you can't really see it right there, but I believe you get a slant, and then they run the short trap back to the inside of the fullback, pull the guard, trap the inside tackle, and it's off to the races.
Big fella with his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. The extra point up and through, and Army is putting it on Liberty right now. 17-0. A dominant performance thus far for the Black Knights. Capped off by that touchdown scamper. Look at this one.
Yeah, and you look at what Army's doing. They're really softening the middle of the defense up, and they haven't even run a lot of plays where they've attacked the edges. There's still so much left in their playbook, but this isn't a Liberty defense. Obviously, the defense needs to get some stops. Liberty offense has got to get something going, and it doesn't have to be explosive. They need to put a drive together where they consistently run the football and get some first downs. Keep their defense off the field.
Well, think about this. Think about where Army's starting its drives. At midfield, and then 2 more drives in Liberty territory. So the offense, not finding success, has ended up handing it to Army in great field position. Shedro Lewis on the return, tripped up, taken down at about the 22-yard line. Take a look at that last drive by Army.
Yeah, you see they attacked the edges. They were working the middle, so now they easily attack the edges on the outside. Quarterback follow, one of their most standard plays, and then I believe they run on this touchdown. Yep, here's your short trap. Pull the guard, trap the defensive tackle, and then hit him right up the middle. It's a staple play.
They're finding all kinds of success. 97 rushing yards already for Army today. So Liberty, they hand it off here. Not much happening. Maybe a couple, as Josh Mack gets the carry.
You just don't see Liberty's offensive line moving. They need to get Josh Mack the ball. They need to run the football, put together a few drives, but the offensive line's got to play with some confidence, fire off the ball, start grinding it out a little bit, and get a few first downs.
Mario Douglas motions across the formation. Willis looking that way, now comes back. Fires middle of the field, caught by C.J. Daniels, trying to turn it up. And tripped up as he crosses the 35-yard line. His 4th reception of the day.
And you like to see that by Malik Willis. They really, Liberty has spent their time trying to throw the ball towards the sidelines and the outside. It's good to see. Attack the middle of the field where you're going up against linebackers who aren't as good in pass defense.
Willis tucks it, has some room to run. Making a couple people miss, using the official to set his pick for it. As he's able to lunge towards midfield with another Flames first down.
Now you feel like as if they're getting a little bit of rhythm, but they've gotten here a few times before. It's right as they cross midfield. Look at that. Nice little outside spread the defense, get the linebackers to move.
Willis again, time in the pocket. Throwing it near side. And they say it is caught by Kevin Shaw for a short gain.
Might be a little bit shaken up right there. Took a shot from the backside right as he released the ball. Once again, we'd really like to see him establish some run game right here and then attack the middle of the field.
And they may, it's like a timeout on the field. Are they going to take a look at this and see if Shaw made the catch? It was like he picked that one right off the turf.
Previous play is under further review.
So we'll have another look at that one as well.
All right, let's review this, Matt. We can make this decision.
Joe, you have been
called down to the.
You have been really good. On these throughout the season.
Yeah, Eagle Eye Joe. Let's take a look.
Yeah, it looks like he got the nose of the football definitely touches there. The question was, did he have control of the ball at that point? But you're the expert, so I'll let you.
So you have to look to see if the ball moves. So does he have control? He gets his hands under there. We're good there. We're good right there. It's the other half of the ball when he rolls over. Keep going. We're good. We're good. There's the half. But does the ball move? And they called it complete on the field. I'm gonna just go ahead and go down right now. Let's call down Matt and just say call stands.
You're good with it.
I'm okay with it. I don't think the ball.
You're on record.
It does touch. You can see where it does touch. but he's got that arm under, doesn't move, hands under, call the field stands. That's what I'm going with.
All right.
But that's a tough one.
That is.
That's close. This one, you know, I don't know what kind of mood the replay guys are in right now. They had their coffee. They're still, they're still in the turkey and gravy. They could eat. Yeah, you don't know which way this could go.
Taking a long look at it.
Yeah, it's a long looker.
As Liberty trying to get anything going offensively, is hopeful that 4-yard gain will stand. Malik Willis thus far 7 of 10 through the air, 65 yards. But he has been under duress for much of this game. Here's the call.
I'm a little nervous right now. I can't lie to you. I'm right on.
We're so confident.
Instant replay initiated review prior to the Army timeout. There will be no charge timeout. After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, never a doubt.
Never doubt it.
Yeah.
Did I say I was nervous?
Never a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta look for the hands under, but you gotta look for the ball to move when it touches the ground. It's okay. He's got his hand under. As long as that ball doesn't move, he's okay. So
Flames pick up the 4 yards, bring up 2nd and 6 from the Army 46. Pre-snap motion here for Liberty. And pre-snap movement. Yeah.
This is what you can't do. You had the 4th and 1 where you got a procedure call. Now you get yourself back 5 more, turn to 2nd and 10.
False start. Offense. Everyone but the center.
Wow.
5-yard penalty.
Yeah.
Boy,
2nd down.
That's just throwing a guy under the bus. There is what that is. Yeah. That's Thomas Sargent there, the Liberty center. And penalties have been an issue. I mean, you think back to last week against Louisiana, there was Liberty with 1st and goal from the 2.
Yeah, scored. They scored.
Took it in and then ended up, penalties took them back where they had to punt. It was 4th and goal from the 44.
Yeah, a couple holding calls, a couple sacks, and next thing you know, you're punting.
So now 2nd and 11. Mario Douglas moves into the backfield. They fake it to him. Willis rolling out, looking downfield, now trying to escape, spinning off a tackler, still on his feet, cutting it up, and makes a positive play out of that. Whew. Whatever you want to say about Malik Willis, and there will be a lot of people as we lead up to the draft trying to break him down, just remember what he has to do to survive on a play-to-play basis. Willis on the move, trying to throw it to his running back, Mack. That is not caught, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And this is where they've gotten bogged down. Take a look at that little spin move. You better wrap
unbelievable.
Them up. But you got to really give credit to Army secondary. They've done a good job. Malik Willis is standing looking. You think he's going to get rid of it. There just doesn't seem anybody open. And this is a spot where Liberty is bogged down this entire game. Once they cross the 50, they've got these 4th down situations. I don't believe they've converted one yet.
0 for 3 on 4th down so far. This will be the 4th. Willis, kind of a jump pass. It was deflected, falls incomplete, trying to get it to his tight end, Johnny Huntley. And Liberty turns it over on downs again.
Yeah, Army's doing a really good job defensively. Bring a 5. They're mixing up their pressure. Sometimes they only bring 3, then they bring 4. On that one, they bring a 5-man pressure on 4th down. They seem to like to bring those pressures, and it's really confused Liberty's offensive line and Malik Willis, and not be able to convert any of these 4th downs is digging Liberty in a hole they may not be able to get out of.
Well, that's about the most frustration we've seen from Malik Willis as he came off the field. Just looked completely distraught. Now you can understand why.
And Malik, you look at that play right there. Simple twist game. Simple twist game where they twist around, bring the defensive end in, tackle back out, and have a free runner where the offensive tackle for Liberty's got to pick that up. They got to recognize where the twists are happening and who they need to block. They're just not doing a good job of it.
No, the offensive line troubles continue. Quarterback keeper for Christian Anderson. Not much happening as he's driven back.
Now, with that being said, Liberty needs to get a stop defensively. The Army's been having their way. They need to create a turnover, get a stop, make them punt, do something to not allow them to score more points before the half. Because, like I said, this thing is hanging on the edge of getting away from them.
Well, Joe, this is the worst starting field position of the day for Army. So, I mean, maybe they can use that to their advantage. 2nd and 8. Looking to throw now. Looking downfield as a man across the middle of the field. It's caught. Robinson, a foot race inside the 10. Finally tripped up at the 3. Then Alexander chased him down, but an explosive play by Tyrell Robinson.
I mean, and this is just a good route. Robinson's able to stick to the outside on the slant route. He turns Ben Alexander around. That's just a good fundamental route. Throw and catch right there. Little stick to the outside, runs a slant back inside, turns him around, and turns into a foot race.
So you get the connection to Robinson. Now Army brings in the hammer, Jacoby Buchanan, into the backfield. Big fella scored a touchdown on their last possession. They give it to him again, lowers the shoulder, drives his way down to the 1.
I have a feeling we might see that again.
Might see it again, yeah. He is their short yardage specialist.
Tackle made for Liberty by number 57, Carl Boo.
Things could not be going much better for Army so far here today. Could get even better, and they do. Breaking the plane, and in is Buchanan. 2nd TD run of the day. And Army's taking Liberty to the woodshed.
Just fire off the ball, push him back, and bring Mr. Conversion in for the touchdown.
23-0, about to be 24 with the extra point coming.
Wow, did not see this coming.
Up and through, and this has been a dominant performance from the Black Knights here today. Defensively, and then running the football as they're out in front 24-zip.
Yeah, they have looked good. They've really looked good on the defensive side of the ball. Just when you think Liberty's getting something going, they shut it down, and you're taking a lot of chances. You said the field position. Well, you go for it on 4th down all these times. You don't punt the ball, and now you give up that field position, and these drives are quick.
Another short kick. Flames take it. That's Duran Lowe on the return. Here we go. Little life on the Liberty side as he returns it across the 40-yard line. See if that provides a spark. So how has Army done it today? They've actually done it both on the ground and through the air. You saw the touchdown toss. First touchdown of the game.
That was a really good route.
Yeah.
That was a really, really good route to get the separation.
So that was Murphy on the reception, and then a couple of TD runs for Buchanan, one from 19 yards out, one from 1 yard out. And that's how Army has built this 24-0 lead. Emily Austin down there by that Army sideline. Emily, what's the mood like down there?
Yeah, it might be hard to believe, but it's pretty light and airy down here. Obviously, a lot of celebrating after the scoring, smiles all around. But then, guys, it's right back down to business. This team looks locked in and like they aren't going to let up on the gas pedal anytime soon.
And you saw defense tackle Malik Willis for a 2-yard loss there on that first play. Joe, you mentioned the defense for Army. They get a little bit of a bad rap because everybody remembers that 70 that Wake Forest hung on him. This defense is not that kind of defense. That has been kind of an aberration as Malik Willis connects with his tight end. That's Trevor Hobbs on the reception.
Yeah, I actually went back and watched that Wake Forest Army game, and Wake was really hot that day. But no, this defense has definitely improved throughout the season and really stepping it up right now.
Willis, the keeper, sneaks his way through for a couple.
Oh, you got another 4th down on their side.
It's going to be 4th and short.
Another one.
Liberty already 0 for 4 going for it. If you're Hugh Freeze, you got to be like, hey, odds are we're going to get one of these at some point.
Yeah,
you can't stay over. 4th and 2. Again, this has been the point where Liberty has stalled out all afternoon. Willis, pressure, flicks it to his receiver, caught by C.J. Daniels. He has made a couple of really difficult catches today. None bigger than that one.
Yeah, and you start seeing where Liberty's having some of their success is back to throwing the ball over the middle of the field, working from the outside in or using the tight ends to be able to start working the linebackers over the middle of the field.
Willis, again, middle of the field. Daniels catches it. Oh, runs into a wall. Marquel Broughton was waiting on him and put him down after the reception.
Yeah, Daniels is having a day. Able to stick it up. Good stem right there. Stick your foot in the ground. Catch the football. Nice hit.
C.J. Daniels up to 88 yards receiving on 6 receptions. And off T.J. Green coming near side. His first carry of the day. Gets down inside the 15. The transfer from Utah. An explosive back. We'll see if the Flames can get him involved.
Yeah, that's you got to be able to find one guy, whether it's T.J. Green, whether it's Josh Mack, or whether it's Shedro Lewis. You got to be able to run the ball inside and find somebody who can get that running game going.
This is the most success the Flames offense has had today. 2nd and 5. Willis, pressure from the backside. Slings it to the end zone, and it sails high as intended target shot. Looked like Malik could have taken off and run it all the way.
You know, the one at the time when he had a chance, he had wide open space over there, and he throws it. He could have ran this thing for, you know, potential, definitely a first down. It might have even scored on the play. Once you get that edge right there, go ahead and run that thing, Malik.
Yeah, nobody on that side of the field. So 3rd and 5 now. Both teams substituting. 4:06 to go here in the half. Liberty still looking for its first points. 5 on the play clock.
You got to call timeout. You got to call
Liberty
timeout.
with a late substitution. And now the timeout will be called.
First charge timeout, Liberty. 30 seconds in length.
Some confusion on who they wanted in there, so they'll call the timeout.
You know, you'd almost be able to see. I'd almost like to be able to see Liberty. Well, with the box numbers right now, it looks like you're most likely going to get a pass.
Willis rolling to his right. Now fading back. Pressure comes. Tucks it. Makes a couple of men miss. Still on his feet. And slides down around the 16-yard line.
I mean, that's just good. That's just good preparation by the Army defense. They're trying to roll Willis out and then do a throwback screen to the other side, and the Army linebackers were able to sniff it right out. And there was nowhere for him to go with the ball. You can see right there, trying to sneak back out, run the screen. Defensive end reads it to the backside. Nobody's there. And now you're just scrambling, trying to play backyard football.
So Flames will kick a field goal here. Braden Beck on to kick it. Flames have struggled in special teams throughout much of the season, trying to get on the board. Kick is up and through.
First points are always the hardest points.
That's certainly been the case here today for the Flames as they get 3 on the board with 3:20 to go here before the half. Kickoff is away, and that will land in the end zone. So back them up. 25.
25-yard line. Yeah, Liberty's defense could really use a stop. You know, when you play a team like Army, you got to be able to turn the ball over at least twice a game. You got to get like a few stops. You know they're going to move the ball. You know they're going to score, but you got to get at least 2. Get 2 turnovers and then get 3 or 4 stops a game, and you'll have the chance to win it. But with that being said, as well as the Army's defense, everybody talks about Army's offense.
Yeah.
This defense has stepped up today and gotten the job done.
Looks like Tyler will be in there, quarterback, to start this drive. The juniors run the ball a couple of times today for 10 yards. Looking to throw now, going to tuck it, tripped up, dropped in the backfield. Let's see if Liberty uses a timeout now. See if they can save themselves some clock. Does not appear that they will.
And there's exactly what Scott Simons talked about. They pull the backside guard, able to come down the line. Really nice gap movement right there. Come down the line and be able to make the tackle. Scott Simons talks about it. The first thing you have to do is get them behind the chains. Get them behind the chains. They're a different football team.
That was Rashad Harding on the tackle. Here's looking Jack Curtis, safeties coach. Also, Coach Aldridge coaches that defensive line for Liberty. So a 5-yard loss. Looking to throw again, near side, completed across the 30. Still on his feet, rumbling across the 35 with first down yardage is Isaiah Alston. He's their leading receiver with 18 on the season. That was a big completion.
Yeah, just too much cushion. When you're in a situation like this with Liberty defensive backs, there's just too much cushion. There's a simple hitch route, ran that at about 10 yards. And Liberty's given a lot of cushion right there. Right now, you got to get those defensive backs up closer to the football so they can't throw those easy curl routes.
Quarterback keeps it. Anderson picks up about 4 on first down. And we get a timeout on the field.
Anderson for a gain of 4, second down. Down away by number 91, Kenny Charles.
Second charge timeout, Liberty. Seconds in length. Will the game clock operator please set the game clock to 2 minutes? 2:00. Thank you.
Well, the star of the show has been the big fella for Army today, Jacoby Buchanan. 8 carries, 34 yards, 2 touchdowns. Good in short yardage situations. And he has gotten the job done here so far today. But take a look at the numbers for Army here, or for Buchanan specifically here today. Averages just over 4 yards per carry.
I mean, big man just didn't look like a one yard back right there. When he bust through, the big man got that stride going. I mean, he got them hammies loosened up.
2nd and 6 now for Army. Everybody's showing some pressure. Running the option to the far side of the field. Not much happening. Quarterback hit and dropped. So the defense does a good job stringing it out and stopping them for no gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. And Liberty uses its final timeout. Here's another look at that. You see Darrell Johnson there on the end.
Darrell Johnson plays this real nice. It's called slow play. What you want to do is you got to be able to slow play that. What I mean by that is you're looking at the quarterback and you're looking at the running back on the pitch. You don't want to give the quarterback a quick, decisive look. If you go straight at the quarterback, he's going to pitch it out to the running back. If you go straight to the running back, he's going to tuck it in. So you slow play. Try to play both of those guys at the same time. He did a really good job, which causes indecision for the quarterback. When you cause indecision right there, able to make a nice little defensive stop. That's a really, really good job by Darrell Johnson.
So a chance now, if Liberty is able to get a stop here, to get the ball back before the half.
Should have a little bit over a minute to get stopped here. They don't have more timeouts, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, so should be able to get the ball with just maybe a little bit over a minute to go.
Wide receiver set for Army. Anderson looking to keep it. Hit, wrapped up, dropped. Ben Alexander coming up from his rover position, able to drop him. And Liberty will get the ball back.
Really nice job by Ben Alexander. Coach Scott Simons talked a lot about Ben Alexander and what kind of young man he is, and his opportunity to be able to play today with Javon Scruggs being out of the game. And he said there's no other guy that he'd want to see have success in this game than Ben Alexander. He's a model of what is right in college football and has worked hard all of his years here.
Yeah, and I set up that nice little soliloquy you had there with the wrong guy. It was actually Story Jackson. They ended up getting the sack. But hey, take nothing away from Ben Alexander. Still just as good of a young man as he was before. Mario Douglas going to field it, quickly hit and dropped. He was taking a gamble. It did not pay off as Brandon Walters there to drop it.
What a punt. That was boom.
So Liberty will get the ball back, but that Zach Harding punt was a bomb, and it will put the Flames back around the 15-yard line.
And Demario Douglas, as we've noted all season, is unfamiliar with the fair catch.
Yeah, right. Hey, I want to remind you this Thursday on ESPN Plus, the Mizzou men's basketball team comes to Liberty Arena to take on the Flames in the second game of a 3-game home-and-home series. Be sure to log on Thursday and watch the Flames along with all the other programming you'll see only on ESPN+. So Malik Willis looking for an explosive play to get this drive started. Instead, sling one to the sideline, caught by C.J. Daniels for a short pickup.
3-yard gain on the play, second down.
No timeouts for Liberty.
57 seconds. I think they've had most of their success. Liberty's most success in throwing the football has come down the middle of the field. You're looking right here. Army's in a cover 2 look. That's a position that allows you to attack the middle of the field.
Willis, look out! Ducked underneath the first defender, but the second one got him. He made Andre Carter miss, but Jalen Jacobs ended up getting Willis to the ground.
Jacobs makes the sack. Third down.
Here's a look at Andre Carter. Big fella coming off the edge. Ended up with nothing, but had a teammate there to clean it up.
There's just no protection. Andre Carter comes in there looking for blood right there, coming off that edge.
Willis trying to connect once again with Daniels, but skipped that one to him, and now it'll be the Flames forced to punt.
When you start getting hit from the backside like that, from your blind side, and you're not able to see what's coming, that'll get you pretty jittery in the pocket really quick. You can sense a little bit of frustration between Coach Freeze and Malik Willis right now with the job that the Army defense is doing on this historically pretty explosive offense.
So Army puts no return man back there. They're going to come after him. See if they can make something happen in special teams here. Punt is away.
That's a big one.
It is a good one. It'll bounce and roll down inside the 30-yard line. As that was Aiden Alvis getting that one away. Pressure Malik Willis has been under here today. It's been consistent all afternoon long.
Yeah, you see the different twist. This is what's giving Liberty's offensive line trouble. It's a twist game and then bringing those extra pressures. But you can look right there. Nobody's really stepping up and giving any pop into it. You got to go meet people, play the game square, get pop on those guys that are rushing. It just seems like the Liberty offensive line has consistently been on its heels the whole game.
So just 10 seconds before the half. Army will just take a knee and they will head to the locker room in total control of this one. 24-3. Army leading the Flames. Liberty held to just 129 total yards in the first half, as that offense has struggled to get much of anything going here so far today. We'll catch up with Hugh Freeze here in just a moment as Liberty makes its way off the field. No doubt a frustrating time for Hugh Freeze and his boys here thus far. And Emily standing by with Coach Freeze now. Emily?
Coach, Army had a lot of short drives, good field position throughout the first half. What do you guys need to do better offensively to help your defense out in the second half?
Man, it's very frustrating. We're we're not playing well, and you have to go for it some against this team because of the way they eat the clock up. But I think we've had some people open, and we're not either protecting well or we're not seeing them, and we just got to get in here and get it cleaned up. I mean, I still think we can move the ball. But we're going to have to get some stops, and we can't let them have more explosive passes for sure. I think we're doing a decent job against the run, except for the option. But they're going to play for 60 minutes, and we got to get something figured out.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Yep,
Best of luck in the second half.
Yeah, the thoughts of Hugh Freeze when we come back. Rhett McGibbon and the boys will break down half number one. Highlights and stats from Lynchburg as Army in control, 24-3 here at half, but they lead Liberty in what has been a fantastic showing for the Black Knights.
The defensive stops on fourth down.
So Army will get the ball first to start the second half, and you feel like, wait, Liberty's already in a deep hole down 24-3. You give up points here, and it's real dicey.
Yeah. Liberty has to, they're in a situation now at 24-3 where there's got to be a stop here, a stop on this initial drive, get the ball back,
then go and score and get it to a 2-score game. If you can do that, you feel like you have some hope and you have a chance.
So back to return for Army, Tyrell Robinson. And Flames will kick it away. Fair catch called for it, taken by A.J. Howard. So Army makes its way onto the field. 196 total yards in the first half.
Hey, I will say this, Matt,
yeah,
that his Liberty has had some games this season where they've come out in the third quarter, made some adjustments, and had a lot of success defensively. So we'll see if that can happen here.
Liberty hoping to have some success against the run game of Army today, in part because of a relationship between coaches. With more on that, let's send it down to Emily.
Yeah, guys, I didn't get to talk to Army head coach Jeff Monken, but he probably doesn't want to give away any secrets on how they're able to contain Malik Willis. But there is a coaching connection between Liberty safeties coach Jack Curtis, who used to be the defensive coordinator for 3 years under Army head coach Jeff Monken when they were at Georgia Southern back in 2011. So Coach Monken mentioned Coach Curtis many times throughout his press conference earlier this week about how he's a terrific football coach, has experience going against his offense. Well, Coach Curtis was a little bit more specific with me before the game. He's faced Monken 3 times in a game, about 250 times in practice, never lost to him, doesn't plan on doing that again today. So
well, yeah,
we'll see if that turns around.
It's going to take something special to turn that around, as another short gain on the ground. Bring up 3rd and short. And again, you can't really put a lot of this on the defense. They held them to 3.5 yards per carry in the first half. You have to feel pretty good about that. They've just been put in a tough spot.
Yeah, the explosive plays have really gotten the only, Army's run the ball up the middle a lot, which they like to do. But with that being said, where you see Army have success in pass plays is when they're able to attack the edges and get the safeties involved. Once you start getting the safeties involved, then you throw over the top. But they've been able to do that by just attacking the middle.
Gibbs straight ahead, first down yardage. Jacoby Buchanan able to get what Army needs to move the chains.
I mean, that's a perfect statement by Army right there. They come out in the second half, 3 plays in a row, 3 dives straight up the middle. First down.
Talk about their run game through the air today. Quarterback Christian Anderson, 3 of 3 for 102 yards and a score. So when they have gone to the air, they've hit on big plays down the field.
Talking with Scott Simons this week, defensive coordinator for Liberty, said the safeties have the hardest job on the football field, being able to protect against be able to cover against the pass and yet still be a part of the run game.
Run up the middle. That's a pickup of about 4. That was Tyson Riley on the carry.
Tyson Riley on the carry, gain of 4.
I mean, you talk about just the number of guys that get carries in this offense. We've seen it, the number of different ways they will get guys carries.
Yeah.
It's hard enough from up here being able to dissect who has the football. I can't imagine down there on the field trying to deal with it.
Well, one of the things you do when you practice against a triple option team is you take the football out of practice. And everybody has their responsibility. You only need to focus on what your responsibility is.
Right up the middle, not much doing there. Jarrell Johnson in there, Carl Poole in there. The most I think we've seen of him this season has been today, as he's gotten a lot of run. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I mean, they're just running straight dives. There's no pulls. It's man on man, straight dives. And good to see Liberty able to actually push the running back instead of allowing him to fall forward for a couple extra yards. These next 2 downs, big downs for Liberty.
3rd and 4. Army today, 3 of 6 converting on 3rd down. Quarterback looking to turn the corner, lowers the shoulder, falls forward, and looks like he'll have enough for the first down. He does.
Liberty had the right play on, had the right defensive scheme on right. They brought the 2 inside players on a blitz, but weren't able to catch him in the backfield right there. But had the right idea, just able to slip through.
Army doing just enough to move the chains here a couple of times on this drive. Keeps the clock moving. Tyre Tyler remains in the game at quarterback. Give to the big fella Buchanan. Still on his feet, breaking tackles. And he'll run for about 11. Boy, way he gets that momentum going, and it's going to take a host of tacklers to get him to the ground.
I mean, it's not complicated. And once again, just coming straight off the ball, blowing back. It's not complicated. That's just the old.
Yeah, Ben Alexander got taken for a ride there, about 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah. I don't know much about tanks, Matt, but that's, I know there's probably some officers watching this right now, but I probably would say that's a Sherman tank.
Yeah,
we're good.
Hey, I believe it. Tyler with the keeper. Another solid pickup on first down. You said it early in this ball game. First down so important. Pick up 4 or 5 yards on first down. It just sets you up for everything else, and we're seeing that on this drive. They're getting 4 or 5 yards on every first down carry.
And what happens now is, once again, they put you in a really tough spot because now you have to get your inside. If you're going to run dive, quarterback follow, dive, you've got to get your inside linebackers involved in that. And now they start stepping up. They get caught up in the soup, and they're off on the edges before you know it. You're going to see that here soon.
Another dive up the middle. That won't be enough for first down yardage. They'll be stopped about a yard shy. As that was Cade Barnard on the carry, the senior. So brings up another 3rd and short. It's just that slow, methodical, just wearing. It's like a body blow, right? In a boxing match, they just keep pounding, and then bang, they'll hit you with an explosive play.
Death by 1,000 paper cuts, right?
Big fella with another first down run. Jacoby Buchanan. The dude is a sure thing.
Look at that.
In short yardage situations. Kind of gives you a little bit of that Jerome Bettis vibe. Trying to think of some of the big backs you've seen over the years.
He's got a little nimble to him. That's what I like him. I just like that play, right? Instead of just sticking his nose right up in there where there was piled up, he's able to slide off to the side and pick up a few extra yards.
Emily has more on Jacoby Buchanan.
Yeah, Tyler was asked about Buchanan earlier in the press conference as Army gets close there, but he was asked about Buchanan in the press conference earlier this week, and he was adamant on telling the media about Buchanan off the field, more so than his play on the field. He's a great person, great teammate, developing as a great leader, but he's hard to tackle. I've never really seen him get tackled by the first guy who's after him.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be that first guy, honestly. He is a load, and he has had a nice day running the football today.
Emily, just stay out of his way.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could, please. Remain safe.
Cade Barnard with the last run.
I mean, they're going to keep running some play. They've run every play up the middle. They're going to keep running it.
Give it to him again. This time wrapped up and dropped for 1 maybe 2 yard gain. But yeah, why change it if it's working?
Yeah, we're looking at 7 minutes right now on this drive. This is exactly how Army does it.
And that's why we talked about in the first half, Liberty falling behind. The possessions will be limited. The chances to score in this game will be limited. And Hugh Freeze said it going into the break. He said, I felt like we had to go for it on 4th down some because we're not going to get that many chances.
Yeah.
Quarterback Tyler stays on his feet. Now a foot race to the corner. Leads, reaches for the pylon. Ball comes out. The official says he is down at about the half-yard line.
And Liberty had a chance right at the point of attack. You'll see it right here. I think it's Darrell Johnson comes off the edge. He's got a chance to make a play. You got to make the play in the backfield right there. Darrell Johnson out there wrapping up. Now they get the edge and ball's down the half-yard line.
And shocker, big number 33 is coming back into the ball game. As you see that one, it was knocked out of the hands of Tyler right there around the 1.
You know, that they do call me the Tony Romo play call right here. I got a feeling we might see a dive.
Yeah, you think?
Potentially.
Jacoby Buchanan looking for his 3rd score of the day, and he's got it. Well, he has made himself right at home here in Lynchburg this afternoon. His 3rd touchdown plunge of the day, and simple.
Lock it all down, power it through. That's a statement drive right there.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
That's a toughness drive.
So Army breaks 30 points.
I don't know if the higher up officers in the Army smile or not, but they're probably smiling right now after watching their football team.
Extra point up and through off the foot of Cole Talley. And yeah, Army, we said, how important is that opening drive? If Liberty can get a stop, perhaps they can climb back into this game. Instead, Black Knights, 14-play, 75-yard drive that encompasses more than 8 minutes off the clock. Well, some beautiful shots from our crew. That's the power of editing there. You watch that, you think, boy, that looks like a great ball game. That's not so much. 31-3, Army leading Liberty right now. The Flames offense on the field. Joshua Mack on the carry, best run of the day. Across the 40, lowers the shoulder, and gets up close to the 45. Flames have not had much success running the football on the day. In fact, Josh Mack had just 7 yards on 3 carries prior to that.
Yes, you know, there's a good read by Malik Willis. That time he's able to hand the ball off. And here we go again, getting Josh Mack involved in the running game.
Mack picks up 6. And Joe, from an offensive line standpoint, we talk about how much they've struggled in pass protection.
Yeah.
What does that do for them trying to run the football, and how does that change things for them?
Well, the main thing is you have to be able to run the football to be able to slow them down in the pass rush. If you have no...
Oh, boy. Malik just delivered a strike as he was almost horizontal with the ground there, and it was dropped by his tight end Jerome Jackson.
But if teams don't feel as if they're threatened in the run game, and they feel as if they can pin back their ears and then really rush the quarterback, so what slows a defense down is having a good run game, especially the inside run game, being able to run the ball within the tackles. Once you can start doing that, that just buys you more time to be able to drop back and use your play action passes.
So Liberty with the ball sitting right at midfield as a 3rd and 4 opportunity. Army showing pressure. Here they come. Willis fading away, throws a strike to Mario Douglas, slams on the brakes a couple of times, and finally is taken down inside the 40.
Malik Willis has passed.
I'll tell you what, that was impressive by Malik Willis. He knew they're bringing a 6-man pressure. He didn't get a good block from the outside by TJ Green. He has to step back on his heels and make that throw. That's an NFL throw.
Willis coming near side now. Again, Douglas trying to shake free, but not much happening there as he's quickly surrounded and drops. Jabari Moore, the sophomore out of Hoover, Alabama, in on the tackle.
Yeah, definitely want to get some tempo going, mix it up for Liberty here after they've gotten a few first downs.
Just a 1-yard pickup on that last completion. Willis now hands it to Josh Mack. More room to run. Little stutter step, and it lowers the shoulder to pick up first down yardage. Josh Mack, we're seeing him finally get some success here on the ground.
And I'm a little surprised that Liberty didn't go to this earlier. That's one of their staple run plays. You'll see a counter trade look. They'll pull both the guard and the tackle, get them around, and give Josh Mack some space. Really surprised we didn't see that earlier in the game.
Willis pulls it out, now looking downfield, firing towards the end zone, and that thing was all but picked before being knocked free. Flags flying. We may have a penalty going against Army.
Yeah, C.J. Daniels had a little double move right there, and Army defender tugged on his jersey, which drew the flag.
Daniels in the first half had 91 yards receiving.
Pass interference. Defense number 23. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And I'm surprised they didn't call it a hold. If you'll be able to see it here.
A dangerous pass into double coverage, as that was the safety Marquell Broughton coming over and nearly picked it off.
Yeah, I think it happened before that as he did the double move and was able to, defender tugged on his jersey.
So the Flames get a first down on the penalty. Willis firing across the middle of the field, caught, touchdown. Noah Frith on the receiving end.
Really nice route by Noah Frith. Runs a skinny post or a deep slant, but what he does a good job of right here is he stems him. He presses him upfield, trying to get the defender's hips to turn upfield, sticks his foot in the ground, then runs a slant. It's a very nice throw and catch. You'll see right here him come from the outside of your screen. Sticks his foot in the ground, able to get that separation. Defender falls down, touchdown, Liberty.
Second receiving touchdown of the season for Frith. The extra point up and through. And so the Flames with their first touchdown of the day. Malik Willis to Noah Frith. And Liberty,
that was a dart,
cuts into that Army lead.
Penalty got him down there, and then you can see right here, Malik Willis throws a dart to Noah Frith. Noah Frith ran a really, really nice route on that play. Defender fell down, and that's the stuff. That always helps. That always helps when the guy falls down. But that's the stuff when you get that run game going. It takes so much pressure off being able to rush the quarterback. So Liberty's got to stick with it. They need to stop, get the ball back, and get that run game going some more.
Army offense on the field, running near side. Not much happening on first down for Tyler. It's maybe one on the keeper.
He's for a gain of 1, second down.
So good start for this Liberty defense, holding it to minimal yardage on first down. Liberty led so far today by Rashad Harding's 8 tackles.
Yeah, like you said, that 1 yard stop, you win on first down against Army. It gives yourself a chance.
Gonna run it the other way. Good pursuit from the backside. Trayshawn Clark getting Tyler to the ground, and it's gonna bring up 3rd and long.
And a 3rd and long. Could we get our first? Would this be the first 3 and out of the game?
I believe that would be.
This could be the first 3 and out of the game. That's a great job by Clark right here. You run down the line. Don't go upfield. Run straight down the line, and you'll eventually meet up with him. Good athleticism, good speed by Trayshawn Clark.
This is a must-have stop right now. Must-have situation for this Liberty defense as Jacoby Buchanan subs in. Tyler remains in at quarterback. Keep your eye on 21, Tyrell Robinson as well in these situations. Give up the middle. The big fella runs into a wall, and there's the defense standing up and getting a stop. Bring up 4th and about 4. And you know Army goes for it on 4th down a lot, but man, I can't imagine in this situation you would. Nope, the punt team coming on.
And this guy back here, number 3, Matt Warner, we've seen him do some unbelievable things in the punt return game. Folks, don't worry, he will not fair catch the ball. And Demario Douglas is an explosive punt returner. So if you're going to make a play, make it in special teams.
Boy, there's a concern if you're Liberty. Ralph Russen's limping off the field, had to be helped to the sideline. They can't afford to lose him. Already down one big guy in the middle, and Henry Chibuzi. That is a missile of a punt. Douglas lets it bounce. Takes a sideways spin and finally touched at the 15-yard line.
What a punt.
I tell you, Zach Harding just drilled that thing. He's had a couple of really good punts here today, but that one was an absolute missile off of his foot. And so Liberty will start around their own 15-yard line. Well, hey, remember, this Thursday on ESPN Plus, the Mizzou men's basketball team comes to Liberty Arena to take on the Flames. A huge home game for Liberty basketball, welcoming an SEC foe to town. Be sure to log on Thursday to watch the Flames and Tigers, along with all the other programming that you can see only on ESPN Plus.
That's a tough one for
That's a big-time game.
Well, that's someone for you personally.
Well,
You're a Missouri man, right? Being
from the Show Me State, that'll be exciting on Thursday night. Malik Willis taken down for a loss. As this Army defense, they've been in that Liberty backfield all day long.
Yeah, there's just no protection there for Malik, but sometimes you'll see he needs to hand that ball off to Josh Mack.
Willis looking to the near side, connects with Shaw, who keeps his feet down the near sideline. He's got some room. Cuts it back across the 50. A big play for the Liberty senior receiver.
Yeah, that was a strike by Malik Willis, but a great job by Kevin Shaw catching the ball away from his body and be able to keep his feet and turn this thing up the field for a big gainer.
Yeah, great balance. Willis now going the other direction. That's Demario Douglas on the catch. He has first down yardage. So all of a sudden, this Liberty offense starting to get moving.
High tempo right here.
Willis, a little bit of a high snap blitz coming off the corner, lobbing it down the middle of the field. He had his running back, Josh Mack, and just overshot him.
Yeah, they had the exact play. They run that divide route. They run that divide route with Josh Mack straight down the middle of the field, matched up on a linebacker, had him, just missed it by about a foot or so.
So now 2nd and long. Liberty moving the football here in the second half, finding some life offensively. Willis plants his feet, fires. He's got Brody Brown open inside the 10. The catch is made, and he's shoved out of bounds around the 6.
See, there's a perfect example right there. Liberty protected quarterback. Josh with the running backs in pass protection. Josh Mack made a great block to give Malik Willis the time to make that throw.
Flames moving fast. Willis hands off to Mack, who's quickly wrapped up, spun down, fighting for extra yards. Ball comes out. Army has it. They recover the fumble, and they'll take it back. Still on his feet, still rumbling across the 40-yard line before finally being dropped. That was Leo Lowen who came away with the football. It looked like Mack was down initially, and that's what he's asking the official.
Yeah, this one's going to be close because he kept on running after he thought he was tackled, so I'm not sure if his knee touched or not. And it's good to the officials to let it go. Let it play out.
Throwing on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. The previous play is under further review.
Well, this, whatever they determine on this replay, it might be the biggest call of the day. Josh Mack on the carry. His elbow touched there, it looked like.
I was looking at his knees. I didn't see his knees touch, but you think he's
watch the right elbow. If it went down when he's spun down right. Keep going. No, you know what? I don't think. Well, hold on. Did it go? Yeah, there.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
So the right elbow did eventually touch the ground. So the Flames should retain possession, but boy, they were that close to just a disastrous outcome.
Yeah, his knee never touched. So that, yeah, you're right. That right elbow went down.
And Max saying, hold up now, hold up now.
Wiping the sweat off his brow is what he's doing.
He's hoping he was down more so than anything, because he was still fighting for yardage. And he's getting talking to right now from Liberty running backs coach. As Bruce Johnson telling him, let's go ahead and wrap that thing up a little tighter here down inside the 10. We'll get another look at this thing, but it's sure. I mean, that seemed pretty obvious that.
I'll tell you what, man. I give you credit. I'm a little bit jealous right now.
Yeah, well, you know, this is kind of your deal. I mean, you're the old eagle eye.
You just. Yeah. I'm looking at the knees. You see the elbow. I mean.
You know, that's why we compliment each other. That's why we're a team. You know.
Yeah, you say you stole my thunder, but you said we compliment each other. That's right. That's right, partner. That's why you're the best.
Yeah. So Liberty should keep the football down around the 6 or 7 yard line.
And that was first down, I believe, correct? That was right after the long pass?
Yeah, so.
Second down now?
I imagine the officials right now trying to figure out, okay, how much time was on the clock when he went down. So you've got to kind of sort through all of that.
Oh, you a little touchdown here. A little touchdown here.
I mean, this is what you called for. Flames needed a stop and a quick score. And if you
score game, defense has got a little bit more life to them.
You at least put a little pressure on the Black Knights and force them to make some plays here down the stretch. So the officials finally finishing up the review. As there you see the elbow down clearly.
After further review, the runner was down at the 7 yard line with possession of the football. It is 2nd and goal at the 7, the far hash.
So there you go. Liberty keeps the football. Josh Mack says thank you very much. He's a huge proponent of replay, always has been.
Yeah, big replay guy.
So Flames take it at the 7. Malik Willis always a threat to run down here once you get close to the goal line, get inside the red zone, always a threat. Everybody trying to, everybody kind of looking at each other here, not sure what they're waiting on at this point.
Get the clock right. You got 35 seconds left in the quarter.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Willis pulls it out, fires back shoulder. Flames looking for a flag. They don't get it.
I can't believe they didn't get a flag.
Looking for Noah Frith, and yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. It sure looked like Isaiah Morris just grabbed him and did not let him get back to the football.
I mean, that's the shoulder throw behind here.
There's a look. 81 Frith, the intended target.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Got to allow a little bit of hand fighting.
So now 3rd and 7, and you would. I mean, at this point, Liberty's going to be going on 4th down if they don't pick it up. Field goal does you no good at this stage of the ball game. 4 wide receivers out for the Flames. Here comes pressure. Malik thought about throwing it now, tucks it and walks it in.
That's a great read by Malik Willis. They brought a corner blitz right there. They're able to spread out the inside linebackers. Malik reads a corner blitz, knowing that he's got the back swinging to the outside, which is going to create separation, and is able to run the quarterback draw right up the middle of the field. Great recognition by Malik Willis.
And they're keeping the offense out on the field. It looks like they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, great job by Malik right there when they bring the corner blitz, recognize it. Go for 2. And why would you go for 2?
Yeah.
My math serves me correct, Matt.
I don't have the chart that all the coaches work from, but Hugh Freeze elected to go for 2 in this situation. Malik Willis pressured again, tucks it, lowers the shoulder, and he won't get there.
I don't get that.
So the Army defense does the job on the 2-point conversion attempt. And so now Liberty down 15 here late in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, take a look at this. Malik looks, his eyes go straight over there. He reads a corner blitz. Great job by the left guard, getting a great angle on the rusher, creating the separation. And Malik strolls easily into the end zone. But still a little baffled on that 2-point conversion. Opportunity to get it to a 14-point game if you kick the extra point.
Yeah. I don't quite get it either, but Flames get another score on the board. Willis today, I mean, the numbers, because of the sacks, only 15 yards rushing. But you see what makes him so dangerous with the ball in his hands. So the Flames now to kick it away. 19 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 35 total touchdowns now for Malik Willis, breaking his own single season record.
It's a lot of touchdowns.
Well, I mean, you think about just, he has been the Liberty offense the last 2 years. You know, I mean, they've had some certainly playmakers around him, but man, he is.
Where's Shedro Lewis today?
He's been quiet here today. Haven't really gotten him involved. Army was expecting or thinking about the possibility of the onside kick, so they had everybody up. And we'll just take a fair catch. Take it to the 25. All right, here's the last drive for the Flames.
Yeah, that's a great play by Kevin Shaw. Being able to keep his feet, start this off with an explosive play up the sidelines.
The review that saved the drive for the Flames. They called a fumble on the field by Josh Mack, recovered by Army. They reversed that call, and then Willis ran it in for the score.
Great job by Sargent right there. The center, nice little angle block, open up that lane for Malik Willis.
Story Jackson jumping off sides, it appeared, for Liberty.
Offside with contact. Defense number 93. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Actually got William Green is who they said was the one there. So that's tough. You talk about you need to stop them on 1st down. You just hand them 5 free yards to begin the drive. Give up the middle. Buchanan, not much there. 2 yards maybe.
I have a feeling we might see a lot of that in the 4th quarter.
Why not? It's worked so far today, as that run should get us to the end of the 3rd quarter. And we'll bring up 2nd short when we come back. Although Jordan Law left tackle down on the field. Sophomore out of Nashville. Going to need some medical attention. They'll take a look at him while we step aside. Heading to the fourth in Lynchburg. 15-point ball game. Army leading Liverpool right now.
That dance is called flossing.
Oh, yeah.
Flossing.
For those of you that were watching early in the third quarter. It finally, Joe finally. Finally
and you do that dance. Well, you got hips like a paint mixer.
Well,
they
really don't lie. Yeah. So now the Liberty defense trying to get a stop. The big fella gets the handoff. That's Jacoby Buchanan. Rolls his way towards the first down marker. They mark him just shy.
Jacoby Buchanan on the carry. Gain of 2 on the play. 3rd down.
So it'll be 3rd and a little less than 1. Or right about there. They sub Buchanan out, who's been so good in short yardage situations. Cade Barnard checks in.
Yeah, that first down penalty where you get the offside.
That's tough.
But that's what makes it so difficult, because they're going to pick up the first down right here and get a fresh new series.
And off. There you go. First down yardage for Barnard. So you move the chains. You keep the clock rolling. Both of those things an issue for this Flames team that's trying to come back.
2-yard gain, first down.
You know, you're looking at Liberty. Obviously, you can't give up another score, but you hope to get 2 stops, 2 more possessions. You may get a 3rd possession, potentially, but you're going to have to get a couple stops here pretty quickly.
And Army is not going to be in any hurry to snap the football here the rest of the way. Hire Tyler remaining in at quarterback. He's going to keep it coming near side and able to spin forward for about 4 yards on first down. Well, these Army runners are so good, even when you think, well, it looks like they've got him, just their ability to just fall forward, to keep those legs moving, or in that case, just kind of spin and fall forward, and you end up instead of a 2-yard gain, 4-yard gain, and that's huge for this offense.
You know, I'll tell you what, though. Elijah James made a really nice, they had a much bigger play, and Elijah James was able to get down the line as a big man, force him back inside, and only pick up 4 right there. That was a very athletic, nice play by the defensive end right there, Elijah James.
Yeah, one of Liberty's seniors they honored before the ball game. Short pickup by Cade Barnard, and it'll bring up 3rd and about 5.
Yeah, this is another opportunity right here. If you can hold him to a yard or 2, puts him in a difficult position, do you go for it on 4th down? This is where you see it's like it's been set up and set up and set up with driving the middle, hitting the middle, hitting the middle. I really think Army's going to attack the edges right here.
Got a home run hitter who's been Tyrell Robinson all season long. He's been quiet of late. They put him in motion. Flip it near side. Across the 40, drugged down just shy of the 45, and he'll be short of the first down. That was Brahim Murphy who got the toss. Ben Alexander on the tackle, and it's going to bring up 4th and short.
That was a really nice play by Ben Alexander. It was a great job by Liberty's defense, being able to make the make the pitch happen very quickly. Good job by Trayshawn Clark. Nice block to the inside, but what a great open field tackle by Ben Alexander.
So it's going to be about 1.5 yards. It's a long one, if you want to call it that. Offense remains on the field. This very well could be the ball game right here.
Quarterback follow.
Tyson Riley in the backfield. They give it to him. He lowers the shoulder, rumbles forward, and he'll have the first down. Tyson Riley fired up after converting on that 4th down. We told you this is a team that goes for it on 4th more than almost anyone in the country. 4th most 4th down attempts in the nation this year, and they came in converting at about a 70% clip.
You know, it's really impressive to watch your offense, because you think that's a simple dive play, but there's different dive plays. There's dive plays straight at the middle, and they just get another guard over just to get off the edge a little bit.
Tyler rolling out, looking to throw, being chased. Stops, takes a huge hit as he is dropped for a loss.
Yeah, don't be surprised if they review this one for targeting.
Story Jackson, I believe, was the one that delivered that final blow. And yeah, that offensive lineman Noah Knapp, I think he was talking to the official saying that looked like helmet to helmet. We'll get another look at it here. It was Darrell Johnson, the first one there. Oof.
Yeah.
You know what? From that angle, it looks like the face mask was in the shoulder pad.
Yeah.
That first look, it did appear like it may have been targeting. As is, it doesn't look like they will review it, so a 6-yard loss now. Makes it 2nd and 16. Handoff up the middle, maybe 2 yards.
Here's your stop for Liberty. Got exactly what you want, 3rd and 13.
This is the position that you would say this offense is not built to handle. Nobody wants to be in 3rd and 13, but this offense in particular, not built for this type of situation. But can the Flames defense seal the deal here and get off the field?
Be interesting to see what the offensive call is. A situation where you try to throw the ball, or you just look to see if you can get one and then punt and play the field position game.
Christian Anderson just checked in at quarterback. He can throw a little bit better. Drops out sidearm and left it a little bit high for his intended target, Isaiah Alston. So the Flames defense gets a much needed stop.
And not only that, but you also stop the clock on the incomplete pass. Great job of pressure up the middle. Right there. I think that's Elijah James with the 10.
So that first down play where they're able to get the 6-yard loss set up everything else. And now Army brings on the punting unit.
Yeah, looking at Christian Anderson's shoulder right there after that play. The trainers took him over the sidelines.
Anderson missed 2 games earlier this year with a shoulder injury. Ball State, Wisconsin, both games that Army lost. Yeah, they can't afford to lose him. The punt is away. High spiraling kick. It will hit at the 5, check up, and they down it at the 1. Wow. Zach Harding, have yourself a day. The Army punter has been impressive.
That punter has been dynamite.
That Liberty defense celebrating. Liberty offense coming on the field with a long way to go.
Army members who are making that sacrifice each and every year, like I said, including this Army football team, who right now would be their time for leave, to go home to spend with their family, but instead they're playing a football game, which obviously they're all very grateful for that, but just important to remember that sacrifice that these Army football players and all of the active military are making for us.
Yeah, absolutely, Emily. You're exactly right. We certainly do appreciate all of them and the sacrifices that they are making. There just a moment ago, it looked like Liberty had a play dialed up that might have been a big hitter to turn this thing around. Malik Willis's pass behind an open DJ Stubbs. That had a chance to go a long way. Instead, 2nd and 10, still back at the 1. Willis throwing to the near side, caught by Foot. Little stutter step, dives across the 15. So some breathing room now for this Liberty offense as they move the chains.
Yeah, that first play to DJ Stubbs down the middle, Malik just put a little bit behind him, but he was wide open, and he might have taken that thing the distance. What a really nice wide field out throw right there by Malik.
So Liberty not only needs points, but they need to move quickly. Handoff, TJ Green hit and dropped in the backfield. So he'll lose a yard, maybe 2 on first down. Clock ticks under 9 minutes to go here in the ball game. So Liberty substituted. Now they have to wait as Army has a substitution as well. Army bringing a blitz. Malik Willis rolls out, and he's going to tuck it. Get across the 20, flag flies, and Liberty's going to be called for a hold here, I believe.
Yeah, holding that wasn't really necessary. They brought the blitz from the wide side of the field. Malik read it. He had some open space over there, and this holding never really was even part of the play. These are the penalties you just can't take.
So they're kind of giving Coach Monken his options at this point.
Yeah, definitely want to take the penalty.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're waiting for.
They try to figure that out. It looked like just based off body language and reaction, they may have gotten Tristan Schultz, 68, And everybody's trying to figure out what's going on here.
Okay, there's a holding call, and they're going to take the penalty and move it back to the 7-yard line.
Well, let's give us a moment to share Liberty's announced attendance today, just over 19,000. Great crowd on hand. Many of the students still gone for Thanksgiving break, but a good crowd on hand to watch this one today.
There you go, Coach.
Holding. It's number 68. Half the distance to the goal. Second down. Second down.
Take another look. The replay, 68 right there. And was just hanging on. And got flagged. So a penalty backs him up. Second 16 now for the Flames. Willis firing to the far side. Caught. Quickly wrapped up and dropped is Kevin Shaw. So that gets back some of the penalty yardage, but it'll bring up 3rd and long.
Great job by Malik Willis getting rid of the football. Left tackle got beat bad to the inside, had pressure coming. Really nice to be able to throw that to the wide side of the field to get the completion, give themselves a chance in a 3rd and 9 right here.
Jumping offside, should be a free play, but they blow it dead. That's what Malik Willis is saying. Saying, hey, give me a chance here. As it looked like that was Andre Carter, who was a little overeager on the edge.
Offside. Defense number 34. Unevaded to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And that's tough. And you could see Hugh Freeze's reaction, too. Those free plays are like gold for an offense. So they don't get that opportunity, but do get 5 yards. So makes 3rd down a little bit more manageable. Continues to run under 7.5 to go. Willis firing to the near side. Caught by Shaw, checks the defender. Now gets upfield and tripped up near midfield. Similar in some ways to the catch and run Shaw had earlier in this ball game. A huge conversion for the Flames offense.
Yeah, Kevin Shaw's having a real good game. Once again, Malik Willis just so much fire on the ball in those wide field outs.
Willis almost dropped the snap. Now climbing in the pocket, fires downfield and just overshot his tight end. Looking for Johnny Huntley. He threw the fastball and just sailed it high.
Second down.
Yeah, Liberty went with 4 verticals right there. Not able to hit Johnny Huntley. Look at this last play right here. Watch Malik Willis. Oh, this is the one that they just ran down the middle here to Johnny Huntley. Just sailed it a little bit on him, but that's in a tight window. Those 4 verticals. Like to see him take a shot to outside shot to C.J. Daniels. He's had such a good game.
3 wide receivers. Josh Mack in the ball game at running back. He'll release out of the backfield. Willis drops it off to DJ Stubbs. Makes a man miss. Slams on the brakes. Tries to duck under another. And ends up only getting a couple of yards. That's one of those where you kind of say, get north and south.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. And DJ said the right idea there. Right there, Army's playing cover 2. In cover 2, you have 2 high safeties, which leaves more to attack the middle of the field. So to be able to get that dig route to come over the middle of the field, Malik Willis had a chance at it, but he chose to throw the shallow cross to DJ Stubbs.
3rd down now for Liberty. Willis with plenty of time. Still more time. Rolling out, firing right through Noah Fritz's hands. Put it right on him. Would have been plenty for the 1st down. And it went right through his hands.
Yeah, that one, though, on Malik Willis. And once again, Army's in that cover 2 look, which opens up the middle of the field. And early in that play, Noah Frith had run a dig route right across. And Malik Willis got to step up and make the throw early.
So an injured player down on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. 4th down. All right, big play coming up here. And this is pretty much your ball game. Malik Willis and this Flames offense facing 4th and long. Here comes pressure off the corner. Willis rolling out to his right. Looking downfield, looking for somebody to come free. Finally throws back across his body. Was it caught? Yes! C.J. Daniels with the catch of the day.
What a throw. There was nothing there. What a throw by Malik Willis and a catch by C.J. Daniels.
Willis trying to will his team to a win here late in this ball game. Now fires back to Daniels, and that one could not be corralled. It falls to the turf. But what a play, and you're right, the throw across his body. He bought all the time he possibly could with nobody coming free before unloading this one.
I was looking downfield saying, okay, who's open, who's open? No one's open, no one's open. Back across his body on a rope in between two guys. What a play. What a play.
Wow, that was a great catch. Here comes pressure. Army bringing the heat. Willis backpedaling, throwing it out there for Shaw. Was it caught? No. Shaw laying out inside the 5, unable to snag it.
Yeah, those are the plays you have to come up with in a game like this. Malik Willis is straight backpedaling, throws it 30, 40 yards. Kevin Shaw laid out maybe just a, oh, he had it.
Could not
he was
quite hang on. 3rd and long now for Liberty. From the 25. Have to get in the end zone on this possession.
You got Noah Frith one-on-one in the short side of the field up top.
Willis throwing. He has Douglas. Drops. He dropped it. The pyrotechnics guy lit up the flames in the end zone. He thought it'd be a touchdown. I think everybody in the stadium did.
Get man-to-man straight across the board. Mario Douglas,
wow.
right in the old Barrett basket.
Wow, there have been a couple of drops on this drive that have hurt.
All right, 4th down. You got to figure out a way to make a play. Convert a first down right here. Army's a little bit on their heels. Going to get pressure. Looks like they're going to bring a 5 or 6 man pressure.
4th and 10. Stubbs comes in motion.
6.
Willis fires to the far side, high and wide, and that's going to do it. The Flames turn it over on downs. Boy, that's a tough pill to swallow if you're Malik Willis and you feel like you did everything on that drive that should have resulted in points. And the Flames instead hand the football back to Army.
Yeah, Demario Douglas and Kevin Shaw. I know that feeling what it's like, have those drops, and you're just going to play that play over and over and over again in your head. The opportunity to get back in the game and a couple chances to make plays, just weren't able to deliver it.
Tyler, quarterback, keeps it. Nice pickup on 1st down. You felt like Willis, as he's done a lot of times throughout his career, just trying to put this team on his shoulders and drag them to a chance to win late. And yeah,
he made the throws right there.
He certainly did. Can't put that on 7.
Bringing pressure, had man-to-man coverage, had everything they wanted. One to Kevin Shaw. You know, even the play, there was 3 drops on that though. C.J. Daniels had a drop right after he made the.
Frith had the one.
Frith had the drop right after he made the great catch, and that's tough.
Handoff, short gain. Looks like it might be just shy of the 1st down, and it is. So it'll bring up 3rd and about half a yard. Well, if there was ever a time to stop Jacoby Buchanan for his first the first negative run of his career, this would be it for the Flames defense.
Yeah, you got to give the Flames defense credit after giving up 24 in the first half, and then first drive scoring. They've done a really good job of giving Liberty a chance to get back into this game.
Buchanan is in that backfield. They give it to him, and he gets the 1st down. So that clock will continue to run, and as I say that, Liberty calls the timeout.
Got to use all 3 of them now. One more 1st down, this will be a wrap.
Boy, you just think if the Flames had been able to score on that last drive, how interesting this game would have gotten. As is, Liberty still hoping to go to a bowl game. Give those guys one more shot at ending their careers on a win. Running the football for 1st down yardage was the quarterback Tyler. And
that 1st down right there.
That's going to make it awfully difficult. Liberty still with 1 timeout remaining, but this clock is going to keep on moving, and the Flames look like they're going to lose a 3rd straight game. First time they will have done that since all the way back in 2018, their first season being in the FBS. Give up the middle. Jacoby Buchanan. Listen, you don't want to tackle him at any point in the ball game,
especially now.
But when it's now and you realize it's just 3 minutes from you know,
taking a shower.
Not a lot of motivation, I wouldn't think, as far as getting in front of Big 33.
I mean, it is impressive to me in watching the Army offense in person, being able to see how committed they are to what they do. And they say, okay, if you want us to keep it simple, we can keep it simple, run the dive play, run the quarterback follow play, attack the edges every once in a while. Or if you're taking this away, they have an answer for everything.
Another quarterback run. Just shy of the first down.
And watching that Army-Navy game in 2 weeks, that's going to be fun.
You know, people always knock this style of offense. And sure, it's not flashy and all of that. I still don't understand why more programs don't try to adopt it. It's a nightmare to prepare for. You don't have to recruit at an elite level. You just have to get guys that can fit that system. And you see the success people like Army have had, people like Navy have had at times throughout the past decade or two. Georgia Tech at times.
Georgia Tech,
think what they are now compared to where they were, when they were running this. I just don't understand why more people don't do it. Handoff, knocked down short of the first down. And I think that was Story Jackson that came shooting through there to disrupt that play, and that will bring up 4th down. So Liberty using its final timeout.
4th and 2, really. Punt it here, or they're going to go for it, aren't they? That's a long. I mean, it's 4th and 2 at least.
Well, listen, what better time than now to mention Tuesday, December 7th, Liberty women's basketball welcomes the Virginia Tech Hokies to Liberty Arena for another game with a long-standing in-state foe. It's on ESPN Plus. Be sure to log on December 7th and watch the Lady Flames along with all of the other programming you can see only on ESPN Plus. Liberty women beating Navy at last check here this afternoon. So that's one thing these Army folks and Liberty folks can all agree on. That's a good thing.
No argument there, right?
Great crowd, great group of Army fans making their way here today, as they had a huge tailgate going on here before the ball game.
You know, man, I played in Army when I was in college.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, and it was true story. It was right after the Gulf War.
Oh, really?
Okay, and Mac Brown was scared to death because there's this punter again.
He's dialed in inside the 10-yard line.
His wedge game is locked in. And so we're playing Army at Army right after the Gulf War, and we find out the night before the game that Norman Schwarzkopf, the general who led the troops in the Gulf War, was giving the pregame speech to Army. And Mac Brown is our head coach back then, and he had to call a special meeting. He said, guys, you better get dialed in because these boys are coming out with their hair on fire. So.
Did you win?
Yeah, we won.
Okay.
Coach. Don't worry. We'll take care of business. We'll take care of business.
So, minute and a half to go. Do you believe in miracles? Liberty from their own 9. Malik Willis, pressure coming. And did he get rid of it before that knee went down? They say yes, and he had a receiver, Josh Mack, in the area. Now, I'll say this, as much pressure as Willis has been under, haven't called Andre Carter's name a lot.
Yeah.
Came in, leading the nation, or tied for first in sacks.
Has he had a sack
13
today?
and a half. I don't believe so. He has been in the backfield a couple of times. But no, just one tackle on the day. So he's one guy that hasn't had as much of an impact maybe as you thought he might. Big number 34. Throw to the near side and, well, add that one to the compilation of drops on the day. Kevin Shaw it's one of those where you're thinking about what you're going to do with the football before you have it pulled in.
Malik Willis can throw that wide field out like, that's impressive.
Yeah, Willis 22 of 41. He could easily have 26 or 27 completions.
Yeah, it's too many passes though. Too many passes.
Yeah, you're right.
Many time not establish any type of run game.
Willis trying to escape the pocket. Now hurdles a guy still on his feet, making his way downfield and out of bounds with first down yardage. And now just having a conversation with that Army bench over there before making his way back onto the field. I'll say this, and we've gotten to watch a lot of Malik Willis's games. A great kid to watch play on the field, even a better kid off the field. So he'll be an easy guy to root for wherever he ends up at the next level as he completes that pass to DJ Stubbs.
Yeah, how he has handled all the talk from the NFL, and he's been really focused on being a great teammate and being his number one. And when you listen to him talk, what can I do for Liberty University right now as a player and as a person? Whatever NFL team gets him is getting a good run, that's for sure.
Transferred to Liberty from Auburn, where he never really got much of an opportunity. And did he ever make the most of his time here in Lynchburg? Flips it out to his running back, Josh Mack. Taken down after picking up the first down, so the clock stops while they move the chains. Liberty trying to hustle up to the line of scrimmage as the clock ticking now down towards 50 seconds to go. Here comes pressure. Willis plants the foot, fires, and another drop. Wow.
Pass incomplete, 10 for Joshua Mack, second down.
Well, I'll say this. At least everybody has gotten in on the action. You can't really pin that on just one guy. It's been basically anybody that's run a route today has let one slip through their hands.
C.J. Daniels had a good day. He catches for 118 yards.
Willis and take a shot downfield. Speaking of Daniels, he's got him and off his fingertips. That would have gone for 6. And then things get interesting with the potential for the onside kick, but that's just the way it's gone for Malik Willis and the Flames today. So many times you say, oh, if only, and just off the fingertips.
Just one of those days. Like you said, that ball's on the money. He walks in the end zone. And
when if you're Army, how can you let that even happen? Bringing pressure. Willis again rolling out, firing deep, looking for Shaw. The catch is made. No, Douglas into the end zone. And a flag is down. Oh, you got to be. Hugh Freeze is 5 steps onto the field screaming at the officials.
Holding. Offense number 88.
And it's coming back.
10-yard penalty. Inbound.
Well, that just about sums it up.
That sums up the O-line situation. And let's take a look at 88 on the outside top right.
Well, Jerome Jackson, your tight end, just hooked him, and that was working against Andre Carter. And that was Demario Douglas, who got behind the defense.
Demario Douglas can roll.
He was looking for a little redemption after the drop earlier, but it all comes back.
And you know what, honestly, you got to call that. I mean, the guy beats him inside, he grabs him. It's just not fundamental football and blocking, and you got to make the call. Same thing again, just almost happened again.
Willis rolling out, has time. Flips it kind of nonchalantly, and it's picked off. So after all that, just kind of flips one into traffic, and an interception is made, and that'll be it. And now some pushing and shoving and talking, and Willis shoves somebody back, and this is not what you wanted to see at all. Flags fly everywhere. Nobody wants to see that at the end of a ball game. officials getting together trying to sort it all out. Won't really matter. The interception means this one is over anyway. But a frustrating way for the day to end for these Liberty Flames. You think about all the opportunities in the second half. Not even think about what went wrong in the first half.
Yeah, you just take a look at it here. Nice interception, real nice play.
That was Jabari Moore with the pick. Willis got a little shove there at the end. He took exception to that, and it looked like it was over at that point. Not sure what happened after that to kind of spark it.
Yeah, that shove was completely unnecessary.
Frey with the shove.
The result of the play is an interception. After the play is over, there are 2 fouls against the passing team. Personal foul, late hit, number 65. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 7, removing his helmet. Both penalties will be enforced. First down, Army.
That could get a little. Could that potentially get a little deeper with the throwing of the punch?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Is that something that
Since
can be reviewed?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means
that
going
was a punch.
forward. Yeah.
I don't know if that can.
I think both coaches just ready to pack things up and get out of here before any more fireworks happen between these two teams.
I hate to see Malik Wells. That kid poured his heart and soul into this program. Did a great job and really brought so much national recognition to Liberty University.
And that should do it. Yeah, so Army comes into Liberty, and really on the strength of their first half performance, they end up winning this game 31-26. Just a dominating first half of play put the Flames in quite a hole, and they weren't able to dig out of it in the second half. But what a job, not only by this Army offense, but I think their defense was the story of the day, and the way that they played in half number 1. So with the loss, Liberty falls to 7-5 on the year. Army improves to 8-3 as they'll get ready for that huge showdown with Navy in a couple of weeks, while the Liberty Flames will just wait and hope to get a call to a bowl game here in the next week or two. So for Joe Yock and Emily Austin, I'm Matt Warner saying so long from Lynchburg, Virginia, where the final score is Army 31, Liberty 16. Remember, all games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app.